Chapter 67, Forest Assailants. When I confirmed that the barrier has indeed fallen, I decided to finally come out. At the exact same moment, "Are you well, my master?" Rango worriedly jumped out of the shadow. "No problems," I told him while confirming the state of my body. "Seems like I'm okay." The skill returned to what it originally was. Seriously, what a screwed up tale this has become. What a horrible person she is. Picking a fight without even hearing what I had to say. Well, I did play along though. But contrary to my expectations, I was defeated. No, not defeated. They do say that escape is also a victory. Wise men steer clear of trouble, they say. As I thought, devoting myself to escape was the correct decision. Since I only try to escape now that I have, this is my victory. That's a little painful to say, so let's call it a draw. This was a really close call. I was able to survive thanks to the insurance I set up beforehand, but this was almost the end of me. Since I felt overwhelmingly disadvantageous, I created a clone and planned my escape. Had I used magic energy to make it, she would have found out. So instead, I physically separated a piece of my slime body and sent that away. I was able to escape thanks to the minimal activity state and thus avoided being affected by the battle, but it was still a pain. Had she foreseen my ability to speak this way, that would have been the end. But since she didn't know all of my abilities, she couldn't plan that far. And I guess no one would plan for it by default. Thus I was saved. I timidly left the battlefield and reached what used to be the boundary of the barrier, and thus lost some time. I'd die if Hinata spotted me, so I devoted all my intention to hiding my presence. As a result, I was able to successfully escape, albeit with difficulty. However, Hinata is way too strong. With that strength, she doesn't need a barrier, but she still goes out of her way to use it just in case. Seriously, cut me some slack, will you? This time, I couldn't even scratch her. She didn't even see a reason to wear armor. Are all world travelers and summoned ones that strong? Seems like there are many skills for me to snatch away. By the way, this fight's harvest includes Hinata's rapier, the skill she used, and data on her magic. Even in Gluttonous Rampage mode, the Great Sage kept up the data link. I also ordered it to record data for future reference. Honestly, I didn't believe I could win from the start. Moreover, this integration is so powerful, it sent chills down my back, so you can protect yourself against it. Even a multiple layer barrier will be pierced, resulting in death. No joke. I'm really fortunate to have seen it. So in face of such magic, the only thing you can do is to run away or to interfere with the drawing of the magic circle. It would have been great if I could observe and analyze it, but I had no such chance. Life isn't that easy. The moment I saw it, the data link was severed, and just receiving feedback from the clone made me feel dizzy. From what I saw, you can't evade it. Chances are the target is marked by spell, so unless you dispel the barrier, you're a goner. Could Nilim Endure it? Let's ask her the next time we meet. That's how much data I was able to acquire this time around. You could even say that this was my victory, but let's just call it a draw. No, I'm not being a sore loser. This isn't the time for jokes. I worry about Tempest. I tried transferring to Tempest, by the way. Though I can feel the destination, I don't feel a response from it. That's bad, isn't it? Is this the weak barrier that Nana spoke of? I should return as quick as possible. Off we go, I said to Ranga, and with a heavy heart I transferred to the cave of the seal. In front of the cave, which was just outside the barrier, gathered Gabil and his troops. When he saw me, "Oh, Rimurasima, we are in trouble," he called out. Seems like my fears were coming true. I can only lament the time I lost fighting with Hinata. I have no time to chat here. Having so decided, I established a telepathic link with Gabil's group, and while this conversing hurried into Tempest. This time I forcefully accelerated their mental abilities, allowing them to report within a moment. As a result, I unfortunately put Gabriel in charge, but this is the wrong time to mind such decisions. Thanks to this, I got a feel for the situation. Here's what happened. About an hour ago, a report came in. They spoke via spirit communicators and were thus able to hear the news. A number of assailants have come and said, so we intended to find out their identity via shadow step, but he couldn't use it. Moreover, telepathy stopped working. So though slightly panicked, they remembered about the spirit communicators created as a spare. We were fortunate that it allowed conversation between the cave and the city. According to the information Gabil heard, the adventurers were also in a state of panic, and approximately 15 minutes ago, the reports stopped coming. So Gabil told me Gabil's group was ordered to protect the cave by Regulo, but they were very worried about the city, so we're arguing whether or not to send a scout. To send or not to send, they couldn't get their priorities straight, which resulted in a split of opinion. All right, I got it. You guys retreat and protect the cave. Please capture the invaders without killing them. By the way, Best of the Night is asking whether he can make a trip to the Dwarf Kingdom. Have him wait for a bit. When the situation becomes clearer, I don't particularly mind, but right now it's no good. Understood. Please take care of yourself. The telepathically was cut. 15 minutes, huh? Had it not been for Hinata's meddling, I would have made it. Stealing my heart. A shadow step closer to the city. Chances are, if I leap into the city, I won't be able to leave the shadow. So I leaped close enough to fly to it. That leap I was able to make without a problem, and flying magic set at highest speed, I headed for the city. The barrier spread around the city, put up a resistance, but holding my left hand in front of me, I absorbed a part of the barrier and thus broke through. After successfully entering the city, I felt the barrier mend behind me. Inside, the magic concentration has dropped significantly, but magic energy properly flows. This barrier is clearly inferior to the holy barrier used against me. What a relief. After entering the city premises, I hurried to the center square. A large crowd has gathered in the city. Their faces gloomy. Something happened, it seems. My heart quickened in anxiety. After noticing my arrival, the group opened the path and knelt before me, and in this state, a few people appeared before me. Rigordo and Kaijin, Rimuro-sama, we are overjoyed that you have returned to us. There are matters we must hear your opinion on, so please come this way. They are preventing me from continuing forward. Seems like there's something up ahead. I have a bad feeling about this. Rigordo, Kaijin, out the way. Move out of the way. What happened? Nothing. Some small problems here and there, so for now, don't try to hide it. Move. At my command, the people timidly cleared the way. What appeared before me, that scene, countless monsters lay there, men, women, and even children, appearing as if they were sleeping, all dead. Why has? I can't feel my feet. What is this? What has? No good. I can't think straight. Total of 100 friends lay before me. All are dead. You're lying, aren't you? My mind doesn't focus. Though I have no need for it, I feel out of breath. Though I lack a heart, it beats violently in my chest. What is this? What happened? My voice escaped my lips. A cold voice that can be heard from far away. I felt my heart grow cold. Rigurdo explained to the trembling me. A while ago, we were attacked by a group which identified themselves as the followers of the Western Saints Church. We suddenly lost contact with other groups, and due to the sudden lethargy we felt. Furthermore, we were attacked by a group which disguised themselves as adventurers. Western Saints Church. The group Hinata spoke of arrived faster than I expected. Next, the Hobgoblin Elder continued. As you have ordered, we welcome the humans with respect without harming them. Fool, are you trying to say this is Rimuro-sama's fault? Riguro countered enraged. Please forgive me. I meant no such. A distant apology resounded, but it did not reach my heart. I see, my order, my words caused this. I am a monster who used to be a human. I just wanted to get along with humans. Reality is far more cruel. Then what should I be doing? Who knows? Think for yourself. A voice rang inside my head, denying responsibility, but I will not permit it. I am the cause of this tragedy. The responsibility is mine. I felt extreme regret and bottomless anger well up within my heart. That. Calling a conference of elders, we confirmed the situation. Even in the shaken state, my mind was able to properly assess the situation. First, there were 10 assailants. In 10 minutes, they were able to kill 100 of us. By the looks of it, the group that set up the barrier remained outside of it, so their actual numbers are unconfirmed. This is what they said. The West Saints Church has condemned this city as a den of monsters. Within a week, along with the Farm of Kingdom, we shall cleanse this land. We are led by the great hero king, Idomarisu. If you choose to surrender, we shall guarantee your lives and existence in the name of our God. Cease the pointless struggle and surrender, otherwise only death awaits you. O wise adventurers, you should know with whom justice lies. We hope you shall choose wisely. They said and ran out, and while screaming, so they mercilessly slaughtered women and children. Benimaru seemed like he had something to say, but was holding it in, his face clearly in pain. But for them who are in charge of taking care of the city, such a thing would never have occurred were it not for my order. My words have caused this tragedy. The adventurers who have come here, next door, we came over. A number of traders were there, totaling about 50 men, they said. About this, please. We can fathom the reason behind Pharma's Kingdom's aggression, but we, the adventurers, have come to like this place. They cannot accept the methods the Pharma's Kingdom has employed. They said they will come to attack. Would you let us help prepare the ambush? However, to make an enemy out of the church, what an unpleasant tale this has become. And other such lines. I can feel their attentiveness towards our suffering, feeling gratitude for their words. I appreciate the sentiment, but we will clean this mess up by ourselves this time. Rather, I would like you to bring news of this back as soon as possible. In that case, shouldn't we just send a messenger? That's no good. Why? I explain my thoughts, rather what I suspect the people lying in wait are thinking. That we are bloodthirsty monsters. They will kill the messenger themselves and pin the blame on us. So I tell them, I see, that does make sense, but would they go so far? The church withstands for justice. No way, they replied. But no, wait a second, I remembered. Those guys might have been the infamous Blood Shadows. Remember how they even killed children without any hesitation? What? That rumor, huh? I see that does seem like their work. Are you kidding me? To think they actually existed, even though a declaration of war immediately followed? Well, that's just what you'd expect from Blood Shadows, considering that their enemies are monsters. Oh, my bad. They suddenly got noisy. Seems like there's a rumor about a secret squad serving the church, a group that would laugh amidst a slaughter fanatics. But if that's the case, then we've got a troublesome opponent on our hands. So because we are monsters, they aren't recognizing us as a country, but simply treating this as a subjugation request. Which is why the adventurers should all leave right now. If they stay behind and die, they'll claim that we had done it. When I so told them, they reluctantly agreed, so we had them quickly pack up and prepare to leave the city. Rigorudo offered them to use our carts and wagons. Thus, with many parting words, we saw off our guests from Bruman Kingdom. They promised to let the country know and come back with reinforcements. But will that happen? A single country could hardly make an enemy of the church. I don't expect much for them. Not that we need the help. This is this country's problem. All I have to do is slaughter the perpetrators. Personally, after all, if I don't do anything, the pain and wrath that fills my heart will not subside. Having confirmed their departure, I asked Rigurdo about something that has been bothering me for a while. By the way, where's Sean? I haven't seen her yet. Upon hearing these words, not just Rigurdo but Benimaru, Zoe, Hakuro, and Shuna all suddenly stopped moving. What's with their reaction? No way. Could it be? That idiot didn't go for revenge on her own, did she? No, about that. Hmm. Something strange here. They are averting their eyes. Then where is she? No one answered. If I look closely, Shuna is stifling tears. I've got a bad feeling about this. Dread creeps up from the dark corners of my mind, but there's no way. Please tell me that there's no way. I got it. I won't be mad. So just tell me where she is. I asked from Shuna. I understand. This way, I'll lead the way. Nodding at my numerous words, I follow him. To the center square, there was a girl lying among the fallen, covered with a white cloth that didn't stand out from the rest, so that I wouldn't notice it. Did not stand out. Haha. To think that I haven't noticed, I can't laugh. Open your eyes. I can't believe this. Please open your eyes. This can't be happening. Why? Why has this? Sean protected the child. The magic energy concentration dropped, so her strength had fallen. Sean was always bad with barriers, and the sword that slashed her was the ogre eater magic sword. The explanation was given, but I did not want to hear. My heart simply refused to listen. Sean, please open your eyes. I want to cry, but can't. Though my heart has been torn to shreds, this body does not feel the need to cry. I see, I am a monster after all. Somehow I was pleased with the realization. Sorry, can you leave me alone for a bit? At these words, they all dispersed. For a bit, Shuna hugged me while crying. But then follow the rest. Yeah, I want to be alone. I don't get myself, though I feel insanity creeping in. My mind horribly calm. Extreme sadness, regret, wrath. These feelings mixed inside of me seeking an outlet. Why has this? Solution. Impossible to calculate. Impossible to understand. Reply. Impossible. What action should have been just? Solution. Impossible to calculate. Impossible to understand. Reply. Impossible. Was it a mistake to head to a human city? Solution. Impossible to calculate. Impossible to understand. Reply. Impossible. Hey, was I wrong? Solution. Impossible to calculate. Impossible to understand. Reply. Impossible. Behold, the great sage is unable to answer, screwing with me. If this weren't my city, I would let my anger rage. I would trample everything in my path. Stop screwing with me, to steal someone important from me. If I think about it, this is the first time I lost someone close to me. Someone who hasn't lost anyone cannot comprehend the depth of this sadness. Now, for the first time, I felt pain, far surpassing the tearing of flesh. Pain resistant? What a joke, it's useless. From within me, strong magical energy surged along with my emotions. Unable to withstand it, a crack appeared in the anti-demon mask, now appearing as if a tear was flowing down my face. And then night came unannounced. I look up at the moon. What should I do? There's no answer. Though my head is clear, I can't think of anything. I kept looking at the moon, searching for an answer, but none was given to me. Still, as if I were a fool, I continued this meaningless act. The light of the moon could not reach me. End of chapter 67.